Ugh. God, all these LUTs just suck. Ugh. Oh my god, there we go. That looks awesome. Hey, how's it going YouTube? Cody Morrell here with Swoon Creative Collective again, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to color grade your footage inside of Lightroom. Before I get started with this tutorial, I am definitely not a professional colorist, nor do I consider myself a colorist at all. I'm a one-man band type of operation, and color grading is something I just enjoy doing a lot. I've only been into filmmaking or videography, or whatever you really want to call it, for a little over a year and a half. I spend a lot of time in Lightroom and Premiere developing my own look, and maybe this will help you along the way too. So will this tutorial be super in-depth about color and theory and all that? Nope, not at all. But will it make you a better colorist? Hopefully, even just by a little bit. So let's jump onto the computer. I'll show you how you're going to be able to create presets, use existing presets, as well as create LUTs from those presets to use in your favorite editor. So now that we're at the computer, we're going to head over to johnrellis.com, and I will link all this down in the notes so you can find it a lot easier too. And these are the two plugins I use in Lightroom. It's Apply LUT and Export LUT. I don't really use Apply LUT too often, but I will show you how to use it. So that allows you to use LUTs on your photos from your camera, and Export LUT allows you to build presets, use existing presets, and then also export that as a LUT to use in your favorite video editor. I already have these installed in Lightroom, so I'll head over to Lightroom and I'll show you how to do it as well. So you'll go to File, and you'll go to Plugin Manager, and you'll just go to Add. And once you've downloaded the Export LUT plugin or the Apply LUT plugin, there's a folder like this. Click the whole folder, select it, and just, that's it, select folder. It ends up right here. You see Export LUT and Apply LUT. So that's super easy. Just make sure you select the entire folder so you don't mess up the install. Then we hit done, and now let's jump back over to Premiere. I already have this little sequence set up, so we'll just drag this in. So this is from a wedding we shot a few months ago, and this is shot with an FS5 Mark II and an Atomos Shogun Inferno, doing RAW from the camera to ProRes LT in 10-bit. So maybe you don't have a 10-bit camera, maybe you're shooting with an A7 III that's only capable of 8-bit, but you still should be able to use this process. So let me find a frame that I actually want to stop it on. We'll stop it right there, and we'll export it as a TIFF file. That is your highest bit depth and quality, so you want to use that when you're editing the photo in Lightroom. So we'll hit OK, we'll jump over to Lightroom, and we will import this photo into Lightroom. We'll go to Develop. I don't like to be so zoomed in when I'm looking at stuff. So okay, so we'll start with maybe some contrast on this because it is so flat, and we'll bring down the blacks a little bit, and maybe just the whites a little bit as well. This is going to be like a super quick grade just to show you what you can do with this. And we're jumping up on the saturation, and as you can see from Sony cameras, it's a little green and yellow. So this is where this really comes in handy. So you'll go down to like your yellow saturation on the HSL sliders, and then we'll just bring that down. And then I don't like how much the green is too either, so we'll bring that down as well. Cool, that's looking a lot better. All right, and then so another thing to note as well is you don't want to use highlights, shadows, clarity, dehaze, let's see, sharpening, noise reduction, any of this stuff basically down here, so you can just not look at that. And the only reason you don't want to use that is because it doesn't translate over to the LUT, so if you spend a bunch of time making it look perfect, your time will basically be wasted. So cool. So this looks pretty good for right now as a quick grade. So we'll go Plugin Extras, Export LUT. We'll name this Holding Hands. And so right now it says the selected photo doesn't have an embedded color profile. You can actually embed a color profile into this. I just don't do it. And the color profile representing the color space of the images or videos, you'll want to select sRGB IEC 61966-2.1. That's the one I noticed that represents the colors the most from Lightroom going into Premiere. And the quality of the LUT, I do it as high. Maximum, I found it's too much and it actually crashes Premiere. And medium and low look pretty bad. Or sorry, low and poor look pretty bad, medium's okay. You can also use medium, which is 32, that's the number of grid points per channel, if your monitor or camera requires a smaller LUT for like monitoring or anything like that. So we'll just export it onto the desktop as this file, export. We'll jump back into Premiere and we'll do an adjustment layer. And we'll go to Creative and we'll do holding hands. Okay, so as you can see, that's way brighter than this one. So what we can do is we can dial this back a little bit, maybe like 80%. And then also, if you want to raise the highlights or shadows, looks a little closer, maybe some more saturation as well. Cool, and that's looking pretty similar. So that's something you will have to kind of deal with, is just, you know, tweaking it a little bit once you're back in Premiere. I haven't found it to be too bad because it gets it really close to what I'm seeing in Lightroom. So this is what we started with, and this is what we ended up with, which is a lot better than maybe just using like a conversion LUT or anything like that. Another thing I like to do is you can add another adjustment layer and then use any one of your favorite LUT packs or whatever you've purchased from anybody. I personally like these Triune Cinematic Digital LUTs. Since we are in Rec 709, basically now we'll go to Standard and let's try Inglorious Bastards. Okay, pretty extreme, but it's just an example to show you how you can use like stylized LUTs on top of these. So we got that. Doesn't look too bad for a quick grade. Maybe add some more shadows. I like it a little bit darker and contrasty. So yeah, it looks pretty decent. So that's how you'd use the Export LUT plugin in Lightroom to color grade your footage. Okay, so now that we have this all done, what we can do is we can actually create a preset from this. Let's just name it Holding Hands. Okay, and then we reset this and we go down to our presets. We'll just find that where it's saved. And we'll go here, and now there's a preset. So I don't think you should use presets you bought from other people for video because maybe it wasn't intended as that originally. Another thing you can do is you can always reach out to that person you bought a preset from and ask them if they're okay with it first. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this. The reason I do this workaround is because I don't like using the HSL sliders in Premiere. I feel like they just react really weird, especially when you're doing certain things. Like this, you can see, well, here, let's turn down the saturation of yellow. Oh wait, there we go. Let's not get super extreme with it. But if you add like contrast to the color or saturation, you'll start seeing these crazy like artifacts, and it's just weird that you can do this in Lightroom, but you can't do it in Premiere, especially since they're both made by the same company. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you how to use the actual Apply LUT plugin. And we got this here, so we'll just have this one I've already imported. It's IGB. If you wanna import one, you can do that. And then you just go to Apply. It does take a minute, but after that, it's applied a LUT to your photo. One thing I will tell you is it does seem to actually duplicate the photo for you, so make sure it is doing that or duplicate it before you even do it, because once you have this LUT applied, you cannot delete it. You can delete the photo, but you actually can't remove the LUT from the photo, so that's why I think it duplicates it for you. Well, hey, that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you learned something or you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also tick that little notification bell to be notified when our next video releases. We really appreciate everyone that's subscribed to the channel over the past month. I think we're about 450 right now. We're trying to reach 1,000 by the end of the year, and I know that with your guys' support, we can do it. Also, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below with any feedback, or if you have any questions. Also, if there's any videos you want to see in the future, let us know down in the comments and we'll try to make that video for you. And thanks again to GearFocus for sponsoring this video. Make sure you go check out gearfocus.com and put your email in to be notified when they first launch. Thanks again so much for watching. I'm Cody Morell, and I will catch you on the next one. I think I need to go let my dogs in now. This is Mochi. She's a corgi. Isn't she cute? And this is Shorty. He's a Chiweenie. He's cute too. He's funny. He's a rescue.